Greetings, all of you. You call me Ninja-Yatsu, and welcome here to One Piece Bounty Rush. In this gameplay, I'm going into 1v1 mode with Blackbeard until I lose the game. I have medals, I have support, let's jump into it. Blackbeard is the newest EX character in the game, and 1v1 mode is their newest mode in the game. It's a very experimental mode where you play against one player as one player, and the rules are very similar to 2 vs 2 mode, where you can win either by KOing all of the enemy team, or by capturing the treasure and holding it uncontested for a certain amount of time. You also have this nearly useless character switch button that takes 8 whole seconds to do, and you can't do that while the enemy is KO'd. So you can't do something like KO the enemy, switch to an immortal defender, and choose a win that way. This works on a point system for your main team, where EX characters cost 16 points, Bounty Fest characters cost 8 points, and everything else costs 4 points. Now, to be honest, I'm not really a fan of this mode. I kind of prefer other modes like cruise battles, which they got rid of. In this gameplay, you'll pretty much see why. If you have the more powerful character and you can hold the treasure, there's nothing they can really do about that. So if you happen to have an EX character that counters their EX character, and they're left with Bounty Fests that can't deal with that, then they're in a pretty bad spot and don't have much of a way to get back into the game. As you can see by me soloing the team once again with Blackbeard here. Now I'm trying to choose a win here by immediately switching to Gaimon and holding the treasure. However, that didn't quite work because the respawn time took too long and Gaimon doesn't quite have enough range for his skill 2. So at this point, I just have to switch back. Blackbeard is really good against power users who, oddly enough, take up quite a majority of the meta. And also he has traits against Navy users that stack attack, which is another huge part of the meta. And also, if Blackbeard can get type advantage over you, then that makes him even harder to deal with. And he gets that by holding his normal attack down to perform a counter attack and successfully landing that. Blackbeard does quite a lot of damage, and has plenty of damage reduction, both of which are really good, and also he can stack up attack really high, and has some situational defense increase. Despite this, he can still be one-shot pretty easily, so he's not quite as powerful as I was actually expecting him to be. However, he's really good. Attack and damage do quite a lot, and also nullifying survival traits makes it even harder for them to deal with. Even some of the biggest threats in the meta, or at least what used to be the biggest threats in the meta, like Bonnie/Kuma here, who could easily one-shot, can be countered. However, you still have to be careful, because they can still do quite a lot of damage if they hit a skill on you. And now it's Blackbeard versus Blackbeard, which is basically a contest of who's better at living under a rock. Now, obviously I'm better at that because I haven't even finished watching One Piece yet. Good game. And here we see Stussy and Kid/Law, who are also some powerful characters. Kid and Law can still do quite a lot of damage, and Stussy is one of those characters that can just wipe out your health bar if you're not careful. So I have no rock to hide behind. Let's see how I deal with that. Well, that took care of that. We never miss the laughter until the shadows fall. We never regret the bitter words till past beyond recall. We never miss the laughter until the eyes are wet. We never miss the happiness till love's bright sun has set. We never miss the singing until the birds have flown. We never miss the blossoms until the spring has gone. We never miss our joyousness till sorrow bids us wake. We never know we have a heart till it begins to break. Dear love, bring back the sunshine. My bitter words forget. Bring back the old time happiness. My eyes with tears are wet. Bring back the birds soft singing. Dear love, why should we part? Bid springtime blossoms bloom again in the garden of my heart. Dear love, bring back the sunshine. My bitter words forget. Bring back the old time happiness. My eyes with tears are wet. Bring back the birds soft singing. Dear love, why should we part? Bid springtime blossoms bloom again in the garden of my heart. Now, Luffy in Big Head mode is kind of hard to deal with, especially for most characters. In fact, Luffy as a giant does not take that much damage. Fortunately, Blackbeard can negate that because giant Luffy goes by the attack stack, and if he hits Blackbeard, then that attack stack goes away and is reduced by 50%. And by go by the attack stack, I mean instead of defense. So when he stacks up his attack, he's hard to KO, and things that ignore defense don't really help. Well played. Now, Judge is a character that a lot of people see as a potential counter for Blackbeard. However, he can be cheesed by the counterattack spam. But that can actually be tricky to do because his counterattack is a little slow. Really good placement on that Reiju. That makes capturing the treasure hard to get. So that didn't work, so what other counters for Blackbeard exist? I just got slapped with the fish. Fortunately, it isn't all about having the more powerful characters. You can still sneak around and try to capture treasures. This isn't entirely Brawl mode, after all. So all I have to do is capture the treasure and hold it off until the game ends. Okay, second time's the charm. Second time's the charm. I've got this. Only 50 seconds left. I can sneak around and capture that treasure. A last-minute surprise capture would still win the game. Okay, just gotta turn invisible and capture the treasure and... Okay, Gaimon time. I still believe I've got this. Victory is within my grasp. I've got this. That will be all. Until next time.